Top 7 Most Powerful ESFP Cognitive Functions. Extroverted, sensing, feeling, perceiving is a Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, often described as resourceful, outgoing, and spontaneous. As people who are always caught up with excitement at the moment, ESFPs have a balance of independence and emotional sensitivity. They like to be the center of attention and encourage people around them. We will be discussing the top 7 most powerful ESFP cognitive functions. 7. Sensitive. The first cognitive function we shall look at is the sensitive bit. All our friends who fall into this personality type have the most sensitive reactions to things. Do you remember all the Cardi B compilations you've seen of her going off once someone criticized her? I am sure you will check a few out again soon. ESFPs consider anything besides praise as their showmanship being picked apart. They cannot bring themselves to consider some critiques as constructive. Although they know that being criticized in theory is a way to grow and become better, they can't apply it in real life. As you consider them outspoken and bold, please pay attention to their feelings when you say anything. Even the ones which mean no harm could be misconstrued as attacks and hostility. They would then harbor resentment for you because you have not come at them from a place of love. The opposite is how they would treat you. Since they are aware that being critical of people could come off as hostile, they will always come to you from a place of warmth. They will never back you into a corner and give you negative criticisms. They can make suggestions respectfully, but they will never make it about them. This cognitive function, as you can tell, is double-edged. It can make their social life excellent, and it can equally reduce their potential to fight off any weaknesses. 6. Showmanship. The ESFP personality type is described as the performer. They are the clowns in their groups and go on to become the most revered entertainers. Talent comes naturally to ESFPs, and their display could be anywhere. You will find them entering a room and making the whole place light up with excitement. They make everything better and more fun when they are around. Due to their satisfaction and happiness being tied to entertaining others, they'd often pick friends on the introverted side of the personality spectrum. ESFPs are artistic, and they put creativity in everything they do. They are prone to put on a show anywhere, even in the middle of the road if they feel like it. Attention is a drug that makes them feel alive. While they do this and get all the attention, they are also motivated to empathize with their audience. This compassionate instinct and commitment to make everyone at ease around them earns them many friends. They are cheerful but also observant and know when to stop. If they are not doing the right thing, they can perceive it from your body language. Their intuition is also right, which can direct their artistry and creativity. For ESFPs, enjoyment is the end goal, and all other things come second to that. 5. Original and practical. ESFPs do not care about traditions, conventions, and expectations. If they care about it, it will not hurt anyone's feelings, maybe their parents. Left to them, those things would not even be considered at all. ESFPs like to experiment with new styles and want to revolve constantly. They have no interest in sticking to a routine and not facing exciting new experiences. They know that they cannot stand out in crowds if they do not stay true to themselves. They would rather go the opposite direction and be considered an outcast than fit the stereotype. They are always finding new ways to experience the thrill of the unknown. As they continue to float and try out new things, they have a single theory of practicality. ESFPs do not believe in the theory and things that are presented in the abstract. They can act out fiction or enjoy reading them, but their life is about things that exist. They would rather you discuss the possibilities at hand instead of philosophical and imaginary concepts that may not exist. When they have to think about new things, they do not think of what could be. They refuse to share theories about what the world could be in fantasies. They move straight to the practicalities and work to finalize their goals. When they are determined to do something, they do not live in the past or dwell on old things. They go straight into the possibilities of the future and accomplish their goals. 4. Excellent people skills. As we discussed in the last point, traditions and expectations are non-existent to ESFPs. They are more about the people than they care about other things. As observant entertainers, they have to ensure that everyone around them has a good time. They will ensure that people around them are happy and have no worries. It does not matter if it takes them performing and embarrassing themselves. The truth is, they probably rehearsed that routine and were waiting for an opportunity to embarrass themselves with it. ESFPs are never out of performance material and wit. They always have something to discuss or chat about, and they would like you to listen. That makes them one of the best personality types in interpersonal relationships. Their personality makes them leaders, but not the kind that competes for it. They are usually the ones you willingly allow to lead the group. Being fun-loving group leaders also means they carry the responsibility of interpreting people's feelings. They have a proper understanding of feelings and respond in the most empathetic way. This characteristic gives them an upper hand in mobilizing, motivating, and persuading people in a team. People trust them for their emotional intelligence and loving persona. ESFPs have the most sociable personality and the best form of extroversion. 3. Introverted feeling. Feelings direct ESFPs when they have to make decisions. This function supports them in making decisions based on what they consider valuable. We have mentioned their ability to understand other people's feelings. To add up, they also understand people's body language and intentions. They are naturally inclined to read people like a book. So once their guts say no to the way you are behaving, they know better to trust that over whatever you are telling them. Although they do not like to dabble in what-ifs, they are quick to go off based on their intuition rather than facts. It might look good on paper, but they will not be swayed until they feel that presenting will work for them in the long run. As such, they are also open and direct when it comes to other people. They will not give you the wrong impression, as they refuse to be led by yours. Their feelings also extend to the other party. So when someone tries to do the wrong thing to them, they view it from the point of being in the other person's shoes. They progress situations by making things about both parties while being directed by feelings. It is also why they connect quickly with people who they feel have the same values and morals. 2. Extroverted sensing. The ESFP refuses to plan. They rely on their sense of discretion for future problems. They have a habit of analyzing facts and making decisions based on their ability to develop solutions. So when you see that an ESFP is winging their entire life and living one day at a time, don't be surprised. They are very aware of the dangers that could come out of unpreparedness. They are relying on their sensing function to get them out of trouble. They lie to keep their options open. Closing down and sticking to one thing while being easily bored could not help in the end. They dislike the structure and order that come with being overly organized and pragmatic. So while theoretical ideas are an excellent way to prepare for the distant future, they will rather wait and deal with concrete facts. It is why most of them cannot be the best at entrepreneurship. They would not see the need for financial modeling or a business plan. They would believe in their ability to face things head-on and deal with them. If you have not met them yet, their charm and convincing persona will get you to trust this logic. It might not fail if it's got to do with an evolving and entertaining business idea. 1. Extroverted thinking. While ESFPs dislike order for themselves, they can ensure order in general. They do this by basing decisions on thoughts and arguments. They can determine what consequences exist for their actions. They might be weaker in the subject of judgment, so they might feel uncomfortable complaining if someone does the wrong thing in a group. They fear that it could be distracting for the group. Yet they manage to be all about productivity and results when they care about something. In terms of judgment, the thin line between productivity and thinking for the rest of the group prevents people from taking advantage of them. They like to think, but not too much. It then becomes a liability if they do. Being organized and functional is not the strongest suit of ESFPs, but they can bring themselves to be for the greater good of a team. ESFPs are honest and genuine when in relationships. They do not play games and are interested in the well-being of their partners. At the workplace, they perform their best when the job allows them to socialize. They tend to solve situations quicker when they get to discuss them as a team. That is why they excel in performance arts, social justice, and team sports. What do you consider the most powerful ESFP cognitive function among all? If you know an ESFP or identify with the personality type, please share other cognitive functions.